What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today once again comes from the Thin Man Brewery, and they are out of Buffalo, New York. And this is their Mosaic Double Dry Hopped Bliss. So they're calling this one a double IPA that is double dry hopped with Mosaic hops. It comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is approximately 5 weeks old. So this is a variant of Thin Man's popular Bliss Double IPA, which, believe it or not, I have not reviewed on the channel. If you go to their website, they have what they call their core 5 beers, and this is one, well, not this beer, but Bliss is one of them, and I just haven't reviewed it. That's on this guy. So my goal before the end of the year is to review their base Bliss. If I can find it relatively fresh, sometimes, you know, core beers, year-round beers kind of hang out on the shelves a little bit longer than they should. So if I can find it relatively fresh, I will review that one. I've had it before. It's one of the first hop-forward beers I've had from Thin Man. But this is their Mosaic Double Dry Hopped version, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see what the Mosaic's going to bring to the table, because Mosaic back in the day used to be all about the blueberry. Then over time it started kind of evolving into, like, for me, like mixed berry, and then other kind of, you know, tropical and stone fruits like pineapple and mango and stuff. So you know, I'm curious to see what kind of Mosaic character I get here. And you know, I know with hops and whatnot, you get them from different farms and, you know, different kind of you know, you have the cryo hops now and everything, and you know, different brewing techniques. So I know Mosaic, you know, kicking out blueberry, say 8 years ago or whatever, it's much different nowadays depending on, you know, where you get the beer from. You know, breweries do different things with it. So I will be looking forward to seeing what this Mosaic batch in this one, or Mosaic hop, or wherever they got it from, how it works in this beer. Anyway, hazy, you know, orange, yellow color, very murky and turbid, about a half finger of a really creamy looking off-white head. Yeah, looks nice. Let's get a nose. Oh, substantial dankness for sure. But I am getting a little bit of, I'd say, blueberry. Like an under-ripened blueberry. Like almost a slightly tart kind of feeling. But then there's this crushed pineapple, almost like a peppery mango, like a peppery mango skin, kind of like in that realm. A little bit of like orange, lemon, lime kind of citrus tone. But yeah, it's like a dank kind of under-ripened blueberry, crushed pineapple, and then that peppery mango skin really leading the way. Touch of like the base malt, almost a breadiness. It's like crackery tone. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Doesn't smell like mind-blowing or anything. Pretty fucking good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's incredibly smooth for 8%. Wow. Just slides down the palate. And right down the throat hole. Body's like medium touch over medium. Maybe a bit thin at 8%, but not really. For me, I think it's fine. Mouthfeel has a nice smooth creaminess to it, but a little bit more carbonation than you expect. I mean, this is kind of in the hazy, you know, double IPA realm. So it has a little bit more of like a firm, moderate carbonation. But it is smooth and creamy on the finish. The taste doesn't have... The dank blueberry thing is there, and it's kind of omnipresent, right? But it doesn't get in the way, or I shouldn't say even get in the way. It's not the predominant note in terms of like, you just get that as like big. It's like just hanging around underneath everything, right? Front of the palate, I'm getting citrus. I'm getting orange, a little bit of grapefruit, touch of lemon, lime. So that passes through. I get that crushed pineapple mixing in with that peppery mango skin. Very cool and unique kind of feeling to the beer. I don't get that peppery mango skin a lot, but I'm getting it right now. And that kind of hits like a third of the way through the palate. As it continues on, that pineapple intertwines with the peppery mango skin. There's a little bit of that citrus vibe. And then underneath it, you get that you have that like blueberry character. The dankness ramps up on the back of the palate. So about 2/3 of the way through the palate, there's this nice blast of like a dank quality. I wouldn't say it's like marijuana. It's kind of just like, it's kind of a generic dankness. It has a dank feeling, like a resinous kind of dankness. There's a little bit of like a floral grassy note as well. This finishes semi-dry with a moderate bitterness. There's a decent kick of bitterness on the back of the palate. Not overblown, but it really bounces out. This beer isn't overly sweet to begin with at the front of the palate, but I still think that moderate kind of bitterness kind of keeps it in check. 8%, I don't get any warming in the chest. There's no stress. It hides it extremely well. This is just a really good, well-made Mosaic double dry hopped double IPA. Like, if somebody handed this one and was like, here's a double IPA, what do you think about it? I'd be like, this is pretty fucking good. It's not, you know, blowing my socks off or anything, but it's really, really tasty. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm going to throw back the rest that I can, enjoy the rest of my night, and not be disappointed. So can't go too high in the rating. And as far as comparing to Bliss, keep in mind when I first had Bliss, it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Like when Thin Man first opened up in like the mid 2010s. I think, when did they open up? Was it 2016, 17, somewhere in that realm? Maybe it was between like 2015 and 17. I can't remember, but they've been around for a while. And when I had Bliss, I was kind of blown away because back then I was just starting to get into like New England style double IPAs and hazy double IPAs. I think I gave Bliss like a 4.25, 4.2. I don't like this as much as I remember liking that. But then again, if I revisit Bliss and review before the end of the year, maybe I don't like it as much as this. But Mosaic Double Dry Hop Bliss from Thin Man, I have no issues whatsoever giving that a high 4 out of 5. I'll go 4.1 out of 5. It doesn't get quite into the low 4.25 realm. If I think I need a little bit more, I don't say complexity, just a little bit more overall like oomph to it, right? Kind of, it doesn't need to blow me away, but to get into the 4.25 range, you really got to come with it. And they came with it well, just not well enough to get in the 4.25 range. Price and availability. Shout out to the car going by. Price and availability, I believe I paid like $4 for the low 4s for this can, and I think a 4-pack was like $16.99, something like that. So $17 a 4-pack, that's actually, in this day and age, a pretty good price point for an 8% double IPA, and I have no problems paying that again. I think it's worth it based on the rating, the fact that I'm supporting local. If you see Thin Man in your neck of the woods, which brings me to availability, grab this if you see this one. I don't think it's not part of their small batch series, right? No, it isn't. So this probably is going to make distro. I don't know how far out. I know Thin Man gets pretty good distro at this point to a bunch of different states, even over in Europe, especially in the UK. So if you see this one and it's relatively fresh, by the time I post this one, will be about 6 weeks old. This will probably hold up for at least another 2 or 3 weeks, if not a month. So I'd highly recommend giving this a go if you like Mosaic hops. That's the way I would look at it. And yeah, not much more to say about it. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Stop by probably next Wednesday, although I have a lot of like whodunit / mystery beers that I also post on Wednesday. So if I don't post another West New York Wednesday next week, it'll probably be a whodunit / mystery beer. But regardless, I'm going to try to get my hands on regular Bliss and review that before the end of the year. We have a bunch of other awesome West New York Wednesdays coming your way because there's always good beers from the West New York area being released that I want to try. Anyway, to the next one. Cheers.